Hello, this is Julieta from across the pond, and just wanted to let you know this beautiful gift from the whole class made by Joan has actually made it safely. So thanks very much again. And if you weren't there at Joan's coffee, this is the Friday class and this is the Wednesday class, and I believe the little center glass is me. So every time I look at it, I will remember those lovely classes and everyone here, watching the video. So thank you so much. It's really beautiful. So today I've got an hour-long class for you and a new dance. I'll try to put in a sort of a longer stretch and relaxation at the end. So it won't, I hope to pace, I hope to pace this nicely because an hour, it can be a long time. So let's start with our normal warm-up, and then we'll do Caribbean Blue, and then I'll show you the new dance. So just shaking off morning so far, or the day if it's later for you. And we'll take in some breaths, breathing in, coming down, breathing in, coming down, breathing out, breathing in and down, breathing in. And one more. Okay, and let's tap. And massaging that lower back. Tapping down the outside and up, down the outside, and one more. Okay, and let's all dream of the Caribbean. I will put on the music for Caribbean Blue. Sunrise. Back relaxer. And roll it. Sunrise. And back relaxer. And bubbles. sunrise. Back relaxer. Roll it. Other way. Shoulders. Head and neck. And wrists. And let's bring those heels up. So toes on the ground. And find that beautiful end pose. Very nice. Okay. So the dance I wanted to teach you is to the music to Jerusalema. Well, that's the name of the song. Maybe some of you know it. During the lockdown, this Jerusalema song, along with a certain dance, which is an African wedding dance, which is very feety, lots of footwork. So actually I redid the dance, so we're doing a different dance to it. But anyway, that came out of Africa, and then other groups started to do that same dance to Jerusalema and put it on YouTube, and it was kind of a way of connecting people through dance, you know, in the lockdown. And the song Jerusalema, a lot of the words are in an African tongue, but the meaning of this song is we will get through this, basically. We will get through it together. So if you go on YouTube and Google or search for Jerusalema dance, you'll see loads of groups doing it. The Swiss police, for example, you know, school teachers getting together and learning the dance. So this is a different dance, same song, but we'll start with the salsa. And you may remember the salsa step. So I'll face you and then I'll turn around. So I'm going to start with the right out, step, together, back, step, together. So right out, step, together, and then left, step, together. Right, step, together. And we have a little bit of time to do the salsa, so you can really enjoy, get into it. I'm going to do that same thing, but turned around. Let's see if this is easier to follow. Right, step, together, left, step, together, right, step, together, step, together, right, step, together. Nice. So we'll do that starting with the right foot and then doing the left step together, right step together. So turning around, it's just we were doing right step together, left step together. Now we're going right foot forward and, sorry, I said it wrong. Left foot forward and right foot back. And in the end, just have fun. Okay, so we do the salsa step, and then we will do some around the world. And then we can walk kind of in a slow circle, so much slower than our Waka Waka circle. And then if there's time, go around the other way. And then we have these sort of extensions. I'll show you from back here. And then scattering the seeds of hope. Scattering the seeds of hope. Okay, that's it. So then it repeats all over again. So just to remind you, we're going to start with just some, you know, the intro, just stepping together, bopping, and then we go right into the salsa. So enjoy, just move. Move is the important thing. Yeah. So here we go. I'm gonna turn for the salsa. Now we'll go left foot forward. Walk in a slow circle. Extensions. Scatter the seeds of hope. Salsa-ing. Left foot forward. Salsa again. If you want to spice it up, try to move the salsa. Just stepping in front, for example. Or even turning it. Roll it. Step touch. And diagonals. All right. Well, it is a peppy song, so you may be warm like I am. So I have a sip of water. And why don't we do Waka Waka Africa? All right, I'm going to put on the music. Shake it off. Four slow marches. And quick. And slow. And quick. And pulse. Walk in a circle. Four slow ones. And quick. And slow. And quick. Walk in a circle. Toe heel. Change. Walk in a circle. Okay, you might be relieved to know we're cooling down now a little bit. So yeah, just taking some steps, heel raises to slow down the heart slowly. And yeah, maybe once you feel kind of calm and settled, perhaps taking another sip of water, perhaps going straight to this tap tap steps. Now we've done quite a lot of footwork in the dances, so I'm going to go straight to the tightrope walk. All that fancy footwork, good for our balance and the reflexes of our feet. So yeah, tightrope walk forward and back. Maybe one more go if you're going forward, and one more go back. want the chair at this point for some more balancing. Coming up and down, up and down. These are so good for our ankle strength and our overall balance. Good one to do at the kitchen counter, for example, waiting for the water to boil. Okay, let's hold it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. And hold it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. And how about 10? Coming up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. I almost fell out of that one. Okay, and then I'll bring a chair in for the standing on one leg. So decide which leg to stand on, and then looking straight ahead or slightly above, we'll raise a leg, and it's up to you. You know, you might be here, you might be here, you might be here. So just be where you are in the balance. As long as you're challenging the balance, that's all we need to do, really. So even, you know, if this challenges the balance, it's good work. It is good work because it's teaching the body, you know, how to be more balanced. So we just want to work to where we feel challenged. Great. Okay. Coming down. I always like to ease out the ankles a bit after that. And then the other side. You may be fine with having the chair on the same side. It depends which way you fall. So if I tended to fall this way, you know, the chair being here would be good. If I tended to fall this way, I'd probably want the chair over there. So letting go, perhaps keeping that finger on there. And then, yeah, challenge your balance if you're not already challenged. Keeping the gaze level and fixed at one point is usually very helpful. Level or slightly up. All right, fantastic. Okay, so we did a lot of, I won't do the taps because we did lots of footwork. So let's have a little cat-cow break with the ball. Since we've been moving, you know, for a good, what is that, 20 minutes, that's not bad. So if you do have a back on your chair, not everyone does, put the ball in the lower back, you know, and maybe you can see there's like a hand's distance away from the chair and the ball for me, slightly more than a hand. But, you know, without the ball, it's fine as well. It's the same movement. It's coming in, bringing in that core, and then opening out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. And with the ball, it can feel nice to press the back against the ball. Breathing out, breathing in. I'm going to do a few without the ball just to compare the feeling. Breathing out. So I can go a lot further without the ball. It's just a slightly different way of doing it. Okay, very nice. Since we have the ball and the chair, we might as well do the teapot sitting down. This hand can really be anywhere on the thigh, on the waist. And we're working the side, the oblique muscles. All right, fantastic. And then other side. Okay, and then let's strengthen up those wrists. So making sure those shoulders are down. So we don't want to do this. We want to keep those shoulders down. Abdomen slightly in as we pulse. Pulse against the ball. Okay, and let's mobilize the wrists. There's another one we don't normally do, but can be nice, depending, you know, if you do have stiffness in the wrist, this is a good one. We're just rotating. One hand goes up and then the other hand goes up. I find it strangely relaxing, this one. And why not? Let's do our dexterity exercise. So this is where we bring each finger up in turn. Ooh, got a shaky finger there. And then coming back, each finger back down in turn. I'll hold it closer to the screen in case you're not sure what I'm on about. Okay, each finger up in turn, thumb, and then each finger down in turn. And then if you've got that and want to try one-handed, ooh, I should be doing this more. It seems like sometimes when we shake, it means some of our muscle strength isn't there. So a shaky finger could mean that we should do this more often to keep those fingers strong. Might have been the 4 cups of coffee I had today as well. Okay, so let's put that ball down and grab the belt. And since we've got a little more time today and the chair is out, let's wrap. Wrapping our legs together. It's above the knee, remember. And then walking the feet out. Whoops, can't see my feet. Back a little bit. So we've wrapped. Walk the feet out so the feet are parallel. And then move the knees so they're over the ankles. This may be enough. Options are to pulse and relax, pulse and relax. I'm feeling it all the way down the outer leg. And another option, third option, open, lift, lift, close. Open, or just open and close, you know, if that's enough, that may well be enough. And then otherwise, we'll do one more of those. Lift, lift, close. Great. And let's move to the row. So the row, I'm going to get on the corner of the chair, lassoing that lovely sole of the foot, and then our elbows come back as the leg straightens. If you feel anything in your back, strengthen up your abdomen. That's a general good rule to remember. If your back is overworking, it can ache. And then we want to strengthen up the abdomen. I only mention this because I noticed this in myself just now. my abs are a bit lazy today. Okay, and then let's change sides. Maybe bringing those abs in a little bit, engage them in a little bit while still being able to breathe. And then elbows back as leg straightens. And leg is pushing towards the floor. So we're not going high here. We're going towards the floor. I'm going to put the chair to the side. And then let's step on that band and do some arms. We've done a lot of legs today, so let's catch up with the arms. So yeah, again, abs slightly engaged and thumb towards shoulder. Now today I'm feeling that this is not working my arm very much, so maybe I should have the green band, or I'll just grab it a bit lower, and there, it's a bit harder. Okay, and switching sides. All right, great. And let's do our, it's kind of for the upper arm area here, where we step on the band sort of in the middle. Grab the band with arms straight, out in a V shape. Again, abs slightly engaged, palms toward the floor, and after all of that, then we gently lift. And notice the arms won't lift very far, but a lot of parts of the body are working. The upper arm, the abs are working very hard in this one. Okay, when you have done about 5 or 8, coming to the other foot. Now, if your upper arms are burning, give it a rest, take a rest, have a glass of water. If you're up for 8 more, 5 or 8 more, we'll go out. 5, that may be enough. And that is 8. Okay, very good. And then let's bring the lovely band across the back. And we'll breathe in and out. Giving it a little bit of a nice, chest opener. Okay, so we'll use the band again in a second, but just wanted to give you a chance to relax those arms, maybe bring that arm across a few times, and then the other way. Now, if arms have had enough, do some squats. So squats are, make sure knees are over toes. So doing some squats if the arms have had it. Otherwise, and maybe if you are doing squats, stop around 10 and have a glass of water or something. If you are doing arms with me, stepping on the bands, okay? This time we take the opposite grip we normally do. Elbow back, head forward, otherwise you can strain your neck, so I really shouldn't be looking at the screen. Head forward, and then pulling back the bands. Now, if this is easy, grab the band a bit lower. Now, elbow back, elbow stays in the same place, and we're just moving the lower arm like a lever. Now, I'm hoping to feel it in the tricep area, just there, upper arm. Okay, so 8 to 10 on one side, and then of course, we've got to do the other side. So grabbing the bands, and then elbow back, and then it's just it's really just the hands that pulls back. Watch your hips and what they want to do. You know, do they want to turn? Keep the hips immobile and staring straight ahead, whereas it's really just the lower arm that is moving in this one. Okay, that's enough for arms. But we can stretch the arms, of course. Enough of strengthening the arms. Okay, so I'm going to make my loop, and I've made mine a little too small, so I'm going to just bring it a little bigger. And let's start with coming up. And coming down, making sure those abs, the abdomen, is engaged and protecting your back. Coming down, and one more. It's a good shoulder releaser. And we don't often do this one, nice ellipticals. This is actually a little bit strong, sorry. It's going to increase flexibility, but takes a little bit of arm strength as well. Okay, and then let's go to that lovely arm stretch backwards, looking straight ahead, abdomen engaged. Great, and we're looking for, our shoulders going back. So, putting that down, hopefully, you're already feeling looser. We're going to now move to the Tai Chi and extra long stretch and relaxation after a lot of hard work. So, well done if you're still with me. Have a little bit of water. I'm going to find a little bit of music for the Tai Chi.
If you're over 50, you don't want to use
Okay. So coming to a nice comfortable stance for the Tai Chi. And knees slightly bent, and we'll breathe in and down. Breathe in. Few more. tree. And then let's be the wave. Moving to the other side. And let's do some archers. And move to the fountain. And other way. We'll come to an infinity. And our lovely, it's called yin yang. I think of it as cat paw. And then we'll come into that upper back stretch. And then coming to the open chest stretch. You might find your arms go back further because we use the band on them. Okay, and then we'll have one arm heavy, the other arm up. And then one arm heavy, the other arm up. Great, and let's do some shoulders. And releasing tension in the head and neck. Maybe semicircles, maybe looking right to left. Some ear towards shoulder and ear towards other shoulder. And then we'll actually come to the wall for a little bit. Let's first stretch out that leg, back leg. Maybe the heel goes up and down. And changing legs. And then legs come out. No, stretch the back. Walking towards the wall, and then let's crawl up those fingers, stretching the shoulder. And then other side, I might use this door, crawling up the hands. So now even just pressing the hand against the wall might feel like a strong stretch. What it does is it stretches out, you know, our fingers if they have a tendency to curl a little bit, and it, you know, it gets at kind of all the muscles of the hand. So fingers to the back, so behind me, placing the hand on the wall, and just try to get that hand flat on the wall. You probably feel it if you are trying to almost squeeze any space between your hand and the wall away. I certainly feel it. Now, if you would like more sensation in the shoulder, stepping forward. It actually relieves, for me, it relieves some of the tension in the hand, puts it in the shoulder. Is meant to be good for, you know, relaxing the hand, even though it can be a little painful. Okay, and then fingers back, make sure they're pointing backwards, squeezing out all the air between the palm, the fingers, and the wall. And then stepping forwards, perhaps. Feel free not to do that. It's a strong shoulder stretch. Okay, very nice. So yeah, shaking it out, maybe rotating the wrists. We'll all get the chair, and then I'll give some, you know, an option to go to the floor as well. So coming to the chair, we need a nice back stretch after all that. So if you prefer to put the ball there, put it back there. Otherwise, just, you know, curling over, looking down, and then opening out. And let's actually hang. So forearms on the thighs, hanging down. This should relax the lower back. Now, if you would like, again, more stretch, hanging down completely, letting the head go. And then coming up, and we'll put one leg out. So if you can see, toes are pointing up, toes towards nose. They won't get there, but, you know, towards. And then the hands on the thighs, sitting straight up, and then hinging forward at the waist. Now, if you feel the stretch here, sitting straight up, if you feel it down the back of the leg, there's no need to go forward. But if you're like me and have loose hamstrings, coming forward, hinging at the hip, until you feel that nice stretch, and just breathing into it. Any pain, back off. Okay, and then sitting up, and pointing that toe. Now the foot aims to be flat on the ground. And this stretches the upper part of that foot and ankle. Okay, changing legs. So I like to get there by sliding the heel out like that, with the toe pointed kind of towards the nose. So up and back, really. And then perhaps you're here, perhaps you want to hinge forward at the waist. And watch the head. So this is actually, might feel like you're stretching more. I do that all the time, but really, you know, we want to keep this back straight, so looking straight ahead. Okay, and then sitting back up and placing the toes down. Nice stretch over that top of the foot and ankle. Okay, since we're here, why not relax? Relax the ankle out. So circling one way and then the other. And then the other foot circling one way and then the other. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate now on the floor. Now if you want to stay in the chair, you're quite welcome to stay in the chair. If you're okay on the knees, coming down to the floor and taking some cat-cows. Okay, and then if we're on the floor, coming to the back. If you're on the chair, feel free to hang down for a while and relax the back. Okay, so you may want to put a pillow under your head. If you feel tension in your neck, do put a pillow under your head. Okay, if you're on the floor, bringing in one leg, hugging in that leg. Now, you can hug the shin here, but if you feel anything in the knee, just hug the thigh in. And that may be enough, or you might want to straighten that other leg. And if you're on the chair, you might want to take those straight leg stretches one more time. Okay, bringing in the other leg if you're on the floor. Maybe straightening that lower leg, maybe grabbing the shin. All depends on how it feels. Should feel nice. Okay, if you're on the chair, I would recommend doing some shoulder stretches. Here we are on the floor, so how about some, circling the knees with stirring the porridge. One way, and then the other way. And then if you're on the floor, we can actually move the legs backwards and forwards, or side to side, windshield wipering the legs. And if you're on the chair, take that nice back stretch where you sit on the side of the chair and you turn towards the back and then come out of it 4 or 5 times. Okay, so if we're on the floor, we can do this other back stretch, which is quite nice, which is legs come out, wide legs. And then hands come out, palms to the ceiling. Palm reaches to other palm and then moves across the body. Palm reaches to other palm. So this should be a nice, twist the spine, which relaxes the back. Okay, if you're on the chair and you're doing the back stretches, make sure to do both sides. And then if you're on the floor, taking any last stretches, similar on the chair actually, any last stretches that feel nice. Could be, the elbow across, but the body on either side. Oops. Staying on the floor there, staying on the floor. Could be this one on the floor. Could be that you stretch your legs and arms quite high, stretching diagonally. And then I'm going to come to the chair, but please stay on the floor for the final relaxation. So yes, or stay on the chair. So yeah, perhaps closing the eyes. Perhaps feeling, if you're on the floor, the whole back of the body giving its weight to the ground. If you're on the chair, the lower half of the body sinks into the chair. The legs and the feet sink into the ground. Let the shoulders just melt, become liquid. Imagining the brow opening out to the sky. Letting the teeth part, the jaw soft. The eyes soft. Notice where your breath is. Is it in the lower belly, the ribs? You may even want to put the palms over the eyes. So relaxing. And perhaps bringing the palms in a self-hug over the hearts. Thank you so much for being here, for doing a whole hour class. Your body is, I feel, thanking you. Wonderful to make time for wellness. So slowly we'll come out of this, blinking the eyes open, maybe moving a little bit. And yes, have a lovely rest of morning, day, evening, whatever it is for you. Go gently, and I will say to you, namaste. Okay, bye.